think all people should have their genome sequenced.
The advantages are so overpowering.
It's a marvelous process through which we're bringing people together.
Why people should be getting sequenced is to solve disease. And it's very medically oriented.
That sequencing could help healthy people see into the future and perhaps have healthier lives going forward.
We are working very hard to make sure that there's enough education of the general public so that everybody does have voice.
Just to understand not only the opportunity of the human genome, but the challenges that are associated with the process we use to get at it and how people actually use the information in constructive ways.
It really is one of the fastest moving technologies of all time, and that should make people wonder what's going on and wonder what will happen next.
I chose to be second to Jay Flatley to be the first one to use the Illumina machine to get my genome sequenced. I had a personal physician who told me about all the consequences, and then I decided that I really did want to know my own human genome. It was fun, and of course I talked to my wife about it, who said that anybody who is a hypochondriac like me shouldn't be allowed to have his human genome done, but I said, you're not related to me, so I'll ask my kids. They're the only ones that are really influenced by this, and they were enthusiastic about it, so I decided to go ahead with it.
The price of sequencing, the retail price, was one figure. Within 6 months, it was a third of that figure, and now it's a half of that figure. So it's gloriously falling, and that's why I decided to make my genome public. I was walked through by the famous geneticist David Bentley, someone I'd admired from a distance, who was very good at explaining the process, which added to my experience. And then very sensitively and very thoughtfully and graphically, I was shown the results of my sequencing and some of the quirky, funny things like I could drink caffeine late at night, but also some serious things. I was terrified that I might have one of the Mendelian genes that associated with Alzheimer's. And fortunately I didn't. I knew I had a good chance because my father's 96 and a half not to have that. But I was ecstatic to be told that that's not one of the things I had to worry about.
I am one of those people who is very sensitive to warfarin, and as you know, warfarin is widely given to people these days if they have a stroke or a heart attack, so this is something that's very valuable to me. And that was really the main reason why I wanted to have my genome done, was the pharmacogenomics, that I would know which drugs would actually work for me and which didn't.
My parents had a probability for glaucoma, and they, because of this, went to get an eye test for precipitates forming in their eyes. The doctor had certainly never seen anyone come in saying, "This is predicted in my DNA. May I have a test, please?" It was usually people with symptoms or blindness. So in that regard, we can see ahead and deal with potential medical problems before we come, but generally we're a healthy family, so it's not too great of a lifestyle change.
When I started this project, it was to encourage more research within families, but to encourage more people of color to put aside their fears and doubts and go for it.
People talk about the risks of what might happen if you are sequenced, but what I found out and personally lived through is there are risks if you haven't been sequenced, because there are things that you might find out about where you could take simple actions to change your lifestyle. Why would you not look and find out this information, which might actually be very medically actionable? In our family, it is medically actionable today.
Okay, here's a relatively healthy 48-year-old woman, and here's my genome, and guess what? It didn't kill me to find out about my DNA.
I think that genome sequencing will be as routine as blood typing is at the birth of a child. And I hope to live long enough to see that.
I think our challenge in the future is connecting the raw sequence information with the biological interpretation or the actionable information that you want to get out of the genome. And that's clearly where Illumina needs to play a bigger role going forward.
The Personal Genome Project, together with technologies such as Illumina's, is going to change the way we provide the value that will drive this from a little research market into everybody on the planet has to have it market.